I'm not happy, right? You know I'm not happy. I'm not, going through some things. You know, going through a couple things here. All right. Let's see. I think Mariners, are they still up 3-1? They might take game 1 against the Blue Jays. I I don't mind either team, but I'm definitely going for the Mariners. I would love to see them make their first ever World Series. That would be amazing. And on the other side, let's go Brew Crew, right? Let's go Brew Crew, and that's it. That's that. All right. Now look, what do we do? Oh, there's something in my teeth, dude. Why did you not tell me? I just had a gummy, a vitamin gummy. Right before this, I needed my vitamins. I need a bump of caffeine too. Okay. Dr. Pepper, everybody, not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Okay. Look, man. I don't know. Look, all right. I did a video many years ago. Some of you may remember, okay? And I'm supposed to do a part 2 all these years, and I still haven't done it. Just because the timing is really difficult. That's neither here nor there. But right near Levi's Stadium, okay? Right, there was 2 campuses of an insane asylum. Okay? This is not a myth. This is a real thing. I did a video at one of them, okay? There was a insane asylum called Agnew's Asylum, okay? It was first built in the gold rush. There was this big, crazy manor, okay? And then the 1906 earthquake that hit San Francisco in the Bay Area, a bunch of it collapsed because this was a big, like, stone and brick structure, right? And it collapsed. It killed, I forgot how many, 114 people, something like that, right? A bunch of inmates escaped, as they call them, right? Patients, inmates, whatever you want to call them, they escaped. It was a whole thing, okay? I always thought they should do a movie about it. It would be cool. This whole story is amazing. The West Campus, I believe, the East Campus continued on as a mental health facility until early 2000s. They rebuilt these villas, and there was a hospital, a modern hospital in these villas. The East Campus, when they rebuilt it after the 1906 earthquake, those shut down, I think, decades and decades ago. But some of the buildings are still there. It was Sun Microsystems, and now it's Oracle. So they're historic buildings that are preserved, and they're part of Oracle, which is kind of weird, right? This old insane asylum is now part of Oracle. So that is my only explanation as to why the 49ers cannot stay healthy, is that Levi's Stadium was built on some cursed land. That is the only explanation I can think of. How else are we this unlucky? We've already fired the whole training, staff. Like training and medical staff, we already fired them a few years ago. Like, we've tried things and it doesn't work. So it's got to be the cursed land. He figured it out. He's got the best theory so far, right? He's got the best theory. There's no other theories that make sense. Mine makes the most sense. This insane asylum, Agnew's, was too close for comfort, and all that land is cursed. That's what's going on. Okay, and that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Shot Simple, what up? Herb gummies? Like, as in, if you're talking about that, I don't partake. JD, what up, man? It hurts. I'm a Kings fan. 49ers fan is too young for the 49ers glory days. All I know is pain. Ah, man. Yeah, see, I got the tail end of the glory days, but I was a kid. I would love to experience it as an adult. Um, I would love to. I just want just one. If I can get one Super Bowl in my lifetime, I'd be very happy. Very happy. And we should have had a couple. That's what hurts even more. So, bro, today sucks. Hard seeing Fred Warner injured. Yep. One game down, 3 more to go. They did it. Mariners did it. Congrats, Rye Guy. That's exciting. Been cursed since we passed on Rodgers. I think we were cursed before that because we were the worst team in the league. Angel, what up? Think you need to take some candlestick dirt and spread it around Levi's for the mojo? That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I should go. I don't have any good candlestick dirt, though. I was thinking about, because I have, I've been collecting dirt. I got, all kinds of random dirts, right? So I was thinking about going just to get some candlestick dirt for the spirit of it. But, of course, the infield dirt and all that is long gone. So it's not the same kind of clay dirt, the good dirt. It would be ugly, gross dirt. Maybe a Seahawks fan cursed the land with some candlestick dirt. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Maybe a Seahawks fan did what I did. Can the Brewers do something for us? I sure hope so, man. Let's go, Brew Crew. I like the Brewers. I like the Mariners, and I don't mind the Blue Jays. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. But I have a positive outlook on the Blue Jays. So, obviously, I want either of those 3 teams to win, other than, the 4th team. The 49ers are suffering their own version of the curse of Bambino. Yeah, it's something, dude. It's something. I'm telling you, it's got to be the insane asylum. I should go do part 2 about the other part of the insane asylum, because I did part 1. But I don't know, man. Like, and it's to the point where, like, I expect injuries. Every game I'm like, who's it going to be this time? Or, like, in a mini camp, I'm like, all right, who's going to tear their ACL and miss the whole season? It's just going to happen now. I really just want medical science to catch up, where they can just, like, take a little pill on the sideline and it fixes them right up, Put his leg in, like, some crazy contraption and just... And he's good. And he only misses one play, Construction worker also died during the building of Levi Stadium. That could be. I had to Google who the 49ers' biggest rival was. Hope was right saying the Seahawks. There's debate to that, Shot Simple. There's debate to that. For the younger fans, it's pretty much the Seahawks. Not for me, though. Not for me. And I'll explain it to you. Why not? We're yapping. The Seahawks, they're in our division. And in the 2010s, both of the teams got good at the same time. So we went head up. And that's when kind of the Seahawks fan base really, like, solidified this culture of, like, the 12th man and whatnot. Before that, it wasn't as prevalent, at least nationally. And they had a powerhouse team. The 49ers got really good. We both got really close. The Seahawks ended up winning a Super Bowl. We didn't in that time frame, but basically we went head-to-head a lot. And then you also had, our head coach was Jim Harbaugh. Their head coach was Pete Carroll. They have long-term rivalry going back to college days. It was a whole thing. So for younger fans, it's I think, Seahawks is kind of our biggest rival. I'm a little bit older, so I was born into the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers going head up all the time. And they're not in our division, so to me it's kind of like, it's more special when we play, because, we play the Seahawks every year, twice. But the Cowboys, we don't always play them. And for a long time, if we were going to play the Cowboys, it would be in the postseason. It would be like in the championship game. It would be in a big game. and we had two of the most dominant teams of all time in the early 90s. The Cowboys won a bunch of Super Bowls. We won a bunch of Super Bowls. Our kind of seminal moment of the 49ers solidifying themselves as a good team, because they struggled most of their existence, was the catch with Joe Montana throwing it to Dwight Clark to win the game at the end of the game. That was against the Cowboys, who were America's team, and they're supposed to be, the biggest team, the most popular team. Plus, it's just kind of almost like a perfect rivalry to me. The Cowboys are blue and silver. We're red and gold. They're, it's Cowboys and gold miners, so it's kind of like Wild West. It's California versus Texas. It's just got so much fun connections to the rivalry. And the fact is, either team could have had like 8 Super Bowls if it wasn't for the other. So we both got, we're at a stalemate of 5 Super Bowls each. But if it wasn't for the other team, we'd probably have 8 at least. So yeah, for me, the Cowboys will always be my most hated team, like even if we don't play all the time. And the Seahawks rivalry is fun, but also since I'm older, the Seahawks used to be in a totally different division, totally different conference. So, in my head, the Seahawks are like AFC West. They're like the Raiders rival, because they were in the same conference and division as the Raiders for a long time, for like my whole youth. So like, I still think of the Seahawks as like AFC West. So yeah. That is the history of it, if anyone cared. Maybe Jed York sold his soul. Maybe. Says the Cowboys. Yeah. Dave, what up? Buffalo Bills fan. I got some news. I got some Buffalo Bills news. 12th man has always been a thing, but it was super regional. Yeah, that 12th man like really got big in that era. It's like, no matter what the 49ers do at this point, whether we underdogs have a feel-good story, we always lose. Yeah. Off tomorrow with pay. Dave's just coming out ahead, folks. There's also a political edge to the rivalry. Yeah, that's like the California versus Texas thing. Diosa, what up? We also lose to every major rival. Yeah. I'm hurt, folks. I got a few years on you, JD. My first, I saw 88 and 89 as a kid, but that kind of set me up for failure, because I just thought, the 49ers just always win. Root Sharks Niners, bad weekend for Bay Area sports. Yeah. So Google did say the Cowboys and LA Rams are rivals too. Yeah, the Rams are also, the rivalry's gotten more heated, but they've been in our division for a long time. The problem with the Rams rivalry with the 49ers is for most of our histories, we have rarely ever been good at the same time. And I think a lot of times you need that to build a solid rivalry. We kind of took turns being good. The Rams had some flashes, like in the 80s with Eric Dickerson and stuff. But then once we became a powerhouse, they were really just kind of mid. They had their like Jim Everett days and whatnot. And then when they moved to St. Louis, they got extremely good with the greatest show on turf. That's when the 49ers were on a downward slide. And then same thing, they were basically going 7-9 every year. Like they'd be like near 500 every year when we started getting good again. So the first time we were really true like two powerhouses was just a few years ago. We had a couple really good matchups down at SoFi and whatnot. So yeah, that rivalry is getting better. It's getting more heated. I guess I would say like because the Arizona Cardinals are also in our division, and we just don't have a huge rivalry because they've historically never been that good. Most of their history, they haven't been very good. And when they have been good, we weren't good. So like they went to the Super Bowl in what, 2008, and we were awful. We were terrible. So it's like uh you gotta get good at the same time and like knock each other out, and then that's when like the real hatred, comes in. Uh this says Seahawks are arguably the most hated. Yeah, yeah. Um Rams also don't really have fans. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Cowboys and the Raiders really never hurt me, so I hate the current NFC rivals more. Yeah, see, that makes sense. I mean, the Raiders thing is just a regional thing, and to me, it was like I didn't care. Like I would like play around with the rivalry, like joke around, but like I didn't really have any ill will towards the Raiders. In fact, I kind of like the Raiders. I like a lot of their history. Obviously, their jerseys and all that are super cool. I like a lot of the culture around the team, and obviously, I love Oakland. I love the Bay Area. I love Bay Area teams, so I never hated the Raiders. I would kind of talk trash a little bit just to like, just have fun, but there was never anything real behind it for me. Although I know other people take it super serious. I just thought it was weird. Like we're not even in the same conference. Like who cares? Uh, didn't think there was much of a rivalry when the Rams were in St. Louis. Yeah, because neither team was good at the same time. The Milwaukee Brewers win the series against the Dodgers. I sure hope so, Ricky. Let's go, Brew Crew. Never really hated the Raiders. I actually respect their fan base. Team has largely been irrelevant. Yeah, for sure. But I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think the 49ers are still good enough to be competitive like they were today. But if we don't get some of these guys back, which obviously some of the big names are out for the season, I just don't know, man. Like I think our offense can improve. Like if we get Brock back, and Mac Jones he's been playing all right. Like he hasn't been playing that bad, but he made some really bad decisions today. But we get Brock back, we get Ricky back, we get Kittle back. I think our offense has a chance to be pretty potent, but our defense, man, is too many injuries, too many young guys, and I believe in the young guys. It's just like, how far are you gonna go with a bunch of inexperienced guys, So it's like, yeah, I think we'll still be competitive. We'll still win some games. We'll have some fun, but I can't see us going very far, and that hurts, Just another year where it's like it feels wasted. Because we have, like that's the frustrating thing is the 49ers have gotten stacked with talent. Stacked. And to just waste it and not have anything to show for it. Like, just to get CMC and get like his best year from him and not win it. Have Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year. Like George Kittle's prime. Fred Warner's prime. These all pros, these like future Hall of Famers, and to have nothing to show for it just really doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good, folks. I don't know. It would be poetic just if a team like the Mariners take down the Dodgers. Anyone, What up, Jimmy? Happy Sunday night. Woo! Avaholic, what up? Woo! I just need someone to knock out the Dodgers. I would absolutely love to see the Mariners win a World Series. I've been saying that since I was a kid. I would love to see the Brewers do it. I'm definitely favoring those two over the other two. But Blue Jays win it, I wouldn't be upset. I saw them win it twice when I was a kid, so it's like, I'd rather see a team I've never seen win. So definitely Brew Crew or Mariners is what I'm going for. I really think the Brewers have the best chance of taking out the Dodgers, and that's most important for me right now, though. Oh, Jake's dropping out of the race. Can't do it. Can't do it. Or on the 49ers sub. I'm not sure if you knew, but they also own one of the biggest Scottish Premier Club, Rangers FC, and they've been making some bad decisions. Yeah, I know a little bit about that. I don't know too much, actually. I want to see what I can learn from that. Rangers, Scottish Football Club, based in Glasgow, founded in 1872. Club's corporate entity was created in 1899. That's crazy. Andrew Kavanaugh, 49ers Enterprises, the investment arm of the 49ers, that purchased 51%. Interesting. It was this year. For some reason, I felt like it was like a couple years ago. I guess time flies. Yeah, I don't know much about this team or anything though, so can't say too much. But it's got to be the insane asylum thing, dude. It's cursed the Levi's land. That's all I know. All right, and I'll let you guys know. I've been talking about this for years. I have booked my ticket, my flight, hotel, rental car to go to the last regular season Buffalo Bills home game at the Ralph. Okay? It's booked. I just got to hope it doesn't get snowed out again. Otherwise, I don't know what to do. Now it's supposed to be a red helmet game, which is cool. They're going to wear the old school red helmets. Obviously, I do hope it's snowing. I hope I get a snow game, but I hope it's not snowing too much where I don't fly into the city like what happened last time I planned this trip. But yeah, I will be I'll be at Ralph Wilson Stadium or Highmark Stadium. I will be there for the very last regular season home game. Now, there's a good chance they'll play another game in the playoffs for they'll have some sort of home field advantage, or it'll work out that way probably, especially considering my luck. But it is the farewell game. They're doing some ceremonies or something. They're doing something to celebrate. So that will be super cool. Can't wait. I will try to film a proper sode, and I'm gonna reach out to I'm gonna try to find some Buffalo Bills fans, maybe on Reddit or something, and see if I can jump through a table. I don't know. I need to do something though. I need to jump through a table. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff I researched last time when I was supposed to go. Like, there's someone who cooks food on the engine of a car. And I do have my rental car, so I want to try to park in someone's front yard where they charge, they'll charge people to park on the grass. I want to do that just for the experience, But yeah, I'm excited. Before that, I don't have any 49er game episodes planned that I was going to do. I'm only going to 1 or 2 games this year. But I do have some other ones that are connected to the 49ers, so I'm thinking maybe I could do those videos, try to do those before I go, just so that I have other football stuff this year. I don't know. What's crazy is last year I wanted to focus on a lot of baseball because there's a lot of baseball things going on, and I just felt like I wanted to touch on it more, and it's kind of spilled over into 2025 also, because this year I've done a lot of baseball things, and I still got some baseball episodes on the way that I'm editing right now. So it's been more baseball than I anticipated. I wanted to do more history this year, actually, and I have done some, but not as much as I was hoping. But I got a really cool history video coming out very shortly. Probably this Thursday. I got a fun, I'll just say it, Monster Museum episode coming out this Thursday. I'm sure it'll get 200 views, but that's fine, dude. It's fine. This channel's dead, to be honest, but this channel has never gotten as bad of views as it's been getting the past month or two since I started. This channel is pretty much dead on arrival. But you know, whatever. What can I do? I don't know. In fact, so I looked at one of my recent videos that has no views. I looked at, like, you can look at the analytics and you can see like what videos are recommending it. Like basically how are people finding this video? All the recommendations, it's either my other videos, right? Which doesn't really help me because it's just like, you're already in the ecosystem, right? You're already watching my videos, so it's not like bringing in new people. The other videos that are recommending this video are like not connected to the video or my channel at all. Like literally there's a bunch of foreign language ones. It was like, I don't know the difference between like different Asian characters, but it was all like Asian text. And it has nothing to do with any, like, it was like, all right, thank you, YouTube, for helping me out. Thanks for helping me find my place in the algorithm. That's cool, man. Thank you. You know, awesome. Like, I don't even know how. There's no connection. Like, zero connection to the video, my channel, tags. But for some reason, there's half the videos. I'm talking about like 8 different videos. It shows like, I don't know how many it'll show. 15, 20 of like the videos showing yours. And it's like, yeah, half are like my own videos already. And then videos that have nothing to do with anything that I'm doing. So cool. That's real neat. Sharks probably have a book the size of a dictionary on every way to lose a hockey game. Man, last night was terrible. Man. Dude, the Sharks scored 6 goals and still lost. Lost in OT. They hired a manager, head coach, sacked him after 130 days. Now the replacement they had lined up declined. Oh, man, what are they doing over there? Hope you get a snow game. Thank you, man. I hope so, too. Do they still have OJ's number retired? That's a good question. I don't know. Pinto Ron, is that the guy? I got to find him. Rangers are a massive football club in Scotland. Glasgow. From pelting coins to throwing hot coffee and tea on one another, they have a wall of police between the fans. That's funny. What's up, Jennifer? What up, Rob? When are you going to a Sharks game? Hopefully soon. Kudo won yesterday. Well, look. You know, we've been saying the future is teal. I was hoping this would be the year we'd say the present is teal. But maybe not. Maybe we have to wait a little longer. You know, that's fine, dude. I'm patient. But I was hoping the Sharks would figure it out this season. I mean, obviously it's super early in the season, but I want them to figure it out, for crying out loud, dude. But yeah, I want to go to a Sharks game soon. All right, what else is going on? I'm excited about Buffalo. I'm hopefully going to be there for a few days, so I will there's this other episode, has nothing to do with football, but there's another episode I really, really want to do while I'm there, and I've been dreaming of doing it since I was supposed to go there a few years ago. I'm going to try to do that. Unfortunately, some of the other stuff I wanted to film that was on my list of like Buffalo episodes is not available during the winter, which sucks, man. But you know, like their winters obviously are harsh, so there's a lot of places that close through the winter. There's a carousel factory that I want to go to so bad. It looks so cool. They're closed from like October to May or something like that. I was thinking about maybe emailing them because it's kind of like a small mom and pop ran museum. I was thinking about emailing them and just seeing like, is there any way I could get access? I'm just afraid, or I would just think maybe that, you know, they'd want to clean up or whatever, and that's not fair. They wouldn't want to do that, or that wouldn't be fair to them to be like, clean it up. There's some jamoke with the cameras coming through. You know, it's like what what condition would the place be in, you know? Like in the winter, I could imagine them just storing chairs and tables and stuff just in the, you know, I don't know. It's not, I feel like it's not presentable at that point. So I would feel bad if I like made them do that. I mean, they'd probably just say no, but just in case, you know, I'm just Dodgers or Brewers, buddy. You already know. Brew crew all the way, dude. Here's a good question. What do you do for a real living? I'm sure you have a good job. Am I right? Yeah, I've answered this before. The answer is actually over my left shoulder, hidden. I work with self-driving vehicles, to put it vaguely. I don't. We have crazy rules about social media and things we can say, so I don't say very much. But I work with self-driving vehicles. I don't do any of the smart stuff, so Sharks are a few years out. Once their young talent develops, will be really good. That's what. Yeah, I mean, obviously we have a ton of young talent. Macklin Celebrini's still 19 years old or whatever, which is crazy to me. But I was just hoping this year that might be the year they start to like bubble, you know. But maybe we got to wait a little longer. But we'll see. Long season, we'll see. Maybe they'll start to put it together and we can have some fun. Buffalo should be fun. I love the old Rust Belt cities. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And it's something that I have not explored very much, you know. So I've been to Buffalo when I was a kid. I was a toddler, but I don't remember any of it. So I'm excited to go. I got some family history there. I'd love to tap into. I don't know if I'll have the time. But I'm really excited, man. Like Buffalo is one of those cities that from an outsider looking in, like I always thought it was a super cool city. And one of those cities that gets a bad rap, you know. But I don't know. I think it's so cool. There's so much of the like I mean it's not like Art Deco, but there's I can't think of the term, but there's all this really cool old architecture because at one point Buffalo was starting to become a pretty big city and it had like the most millionaires in the country or something. So they were like really building up some like pretty amazing buildings. And that all ended at some point, but some of those buildings are still there, the old train terminal and stuff. So yeah, there's a ton of cool stuff there. And I do have a long list of videos in the Buffalo area that I would love to do. So hopefully, since I'm out there for a few days, I'll be able to at least do one or two other videos other than just the Bills, weather permitting. And replaying GTA San Andreas on Steam, classic version, not the definitive. I never played the definitive, so yeah, that's one of my favorite games all time for sure. Doesn't hurt to ask. Yeah, I mean I might, but I'm gonna have such limited time anyways. I kind of like I could find other stuff to do. You know, I don't know. We'll see. Isn't there a park that used to be some abandoned steel mill? Yes, there is. The silos. Hockey's kind of like baseball when it comes to developing talent. That's fam history in Detroit, Toledo. Isn't there a building with the Statue of Liberty replica on top? I don't know about that one. I'm not sure. There's some amazing family history there. There's it was called the Broadway Auditorium, and now they store snow plows and stuff in the building. But it used to be an auditorium. And supposedly, this is a long story. I did a video on it years ago, but allegedly, my great-grandfather, he was a boxer, and he fought in that building a couple times. He had a couple matches in that building. That's a weird family history thing that I still have to finish that story. Me and my brother started it years ago and we never finished it. We got to figure that out. But I do want to go see that auditorium and try to see if I can go inside. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, I'll be in Buffalo hopefully first week of January. What else? I do have a bunch of show and tell for you guys. There's something else I was gonna talk about. I just wanted to show. So I'm working on these videos. Where'd this other? Hold on. Oh, not videos. Sorry. I'm working on my shirts. I know you guys, I've been talking about this forever. I want to do it right. So it's been taking me a long time, but I got a series of shirts. I'm trying to get everything in order so that I can actually partner with some people to not distribute the shirts, but have places to sell them. Basically, hit the right fan bases. But if you guys saw the Modesto Nuts video, I have a candlestick shirt I designed. I have a Oakland Coliseum shirt I designed that I've worn. I don't know if I wore it in one of my videos, but I've definitely been wearing it in like a Gamer Athletics video. I think I wore it to an Oakland Roots game. But anyways, I'm doing this series of shirts. My thing is I'm trying to. It's more like a fashion shirt. It's not like just a fandom shirt, I guess. And so I'm trying to do it right. I want the right cut of the shirt. I want everything right. And they're like vintage style, which is kind of what I like. And so, yeah, if you watch the Modesto Nuts video, you'll see my candlestick shirt and get an idea. But there's one series of shirts I'm doing. They are basically, the design is basically like an old concert flyer, punk rock show flyer, mixed with like a vinyl, because it has like hi-fi stereo printed in the USA on the bottom, almost like a vinyl cover might have. But I just wanted to shout out while I remembered, just so that this is documented. I don't know who does this dude's flyers, but this is one of the flyers that I got a lot of inspiration from. So there's this rapper, I think, so it says he's from Oakland and LA. So I don't know if he moved between them, but he's a Filipino rapper named Bamboo. Really good stuff. He's like kind of like militant activist type of music. Think like Immortal Technique kind of, maybe Public Enemy you could say, but kind of a new age kind of activist hip hop. But this is like one of his flyers, and I just happened to see this because he was doing a show like in San Francisco or something. But this kind of flyer, and there was one. Do I have it up? So like this is kind of, these are his flyers, and this one is kind of like the text right here. I really took inspiration from this style, so I want to hit him up and see like who the flyer designer is, and just so I can give them credit. But I was also, at the time, it was funny because I was looking up, like I was saving ideas for like flyers or like things I could use as inspiration, and then this popped up just randomly on like my Instagram feed or something, and I just was like, oh, that it just hit me, right? And I was like, oh yeah, that's dope. So this is kind of the inspiration. So I just want to put it out there. I didn't come up with all of it. Obviously, I made my adjustments and other inspirations, but I just wanted to shout him out. And he's an incredible artist, and I definitely like a lot of the themes and the things he's pushing and whatnot. And he's big on helping Palestine and whatnot, and things that are very important. So I just wanted to shout him out. And whoever does these flyers, I took big inspiration from these. So yeah, if I don't know if these shirts will even sell or if I can even complete them. I don't even know what's going to happen, but if I'm able to, I would love to like know who his artist is that does these flyers, and then maybe do something. I think that'd be super cool, just because I was so inspired by it. It was awesome. So I just wanted to put that out there so that it's on record. What happened to my background? Oh, there it is. So yeah, shout out Bamboo and whoever does his flyers. But that's kind of the style I like. There's some other like flyer designs, like old school designs. Some of them like more famous in the old like punk rock scene that I wanted to use as inspiration to do like sports related stuff, but using that kind of like music and culture inspiration. Lost a bunch of manufacturing jobs. Yeah, for sure. New England does have what they call mill towns. Yep. Old New England mill town, but I wouldn't call it the Rust Belt. I think it ends in central New York. I would agree with that. What do you think of Steph Curry MVP bobblehead the Warriors gave out? I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna look it up so that I could compare the one I got now. You know. I want to look it up, but I don't. I'll look it up, but I'm gonna be irritated at the resellers. You know. Dude, this is my thing. All right. There's certain things in life I've realized. Okay. One quick rant, and then we'll get to the show and tell. I realized a huge human problem us as humans have is normalization in general. The idea of normalization. Like, you know, when people are, let's normalize this, let's normalize that, blah, blah. Okay. I'm just talking about in general, the fact that we can so easily normalize things, I think is a huge problem. And this is how like propaganda works. If you just repeat things, people will start to believe it. Even if it's totally untrue. Like if tomorrow everyone, like people in power, all that, if they just started saying the sky's green, the sky's green, the sky's green. After 25, 30 years, people are going to be like, no, that's green. Like, you're tripping. The sky's green. And the way we normalize the way certain things work because we were just born into it and that's just how it is. That's just the way things are. Is terrible, dude. And I hate resellers. I hate the fact that being a middleman for no reason is like just accepted. It's just part of it. It's just part of the game. You know? Like, it shouldn't be normalized. And it's just normalized to us. Like, resellers ruin everything, man. You know, I'm an old school sneakerhead. They've ruined the sneaker game. They've ruined the bobblehead game. They've ruined popcorn buckets at Disneyland. Like, anytime Disneyland puts out new merch, these resellers will be lined up. And of course, they'll try to put in rules, like limit however many per person, but they find ways around it. Like there was a picture of some dude going up into the parking garage at Disneyland, like leaving. This was like last year when they released this Mickey popcorn bucket that was like animated. So it was like a Mickey that would like talk and move. And it was like limit one per person, but somehow this guy was going up an escalator with literally like a ton of them over his shoulder, like 10 to 12 of them. So obviously he gamed the system somehow, right? And it's just like, how is that normal? You know, like we have enough resources. We have more resources than we need. That's what they don't want to tell you because they want scarcity so that they can charge what they can, right? Supply and demand, there's more supply than they tell us. We can all live comfortably with all our necessities and be comfortable, and then maybe people wouldn't be so desperate to skim off the top for any little thing they can. You know what I mean? Like the fact that there's just a profit motive in everything in life is so frustrating. And it's just normalized. We're just born into it. So we're just used to it. I hate it, dude. I hate it. You know, it's just accepted that someone's going to skim off the top. You know? Like there's so much normalized that like I don't know, man. Like the fact, like just think of like, and just war. And like, there's war. There's people fighting and killing each other right now as I'm yapping, you know. And it's just like, well, there's wars. What? Yeah. There's people just starving right now. There's poor people. There's people that don't have access to clean water right now. And we have all the money and resources to fix that, but we just don't. It's just, you know, we just go about our day. And yes, dude, I will connect resellers to people not having clean water, okay? It's the same problem. It's all connected to the same issue. And yeah, but whatever, dude. So the resellers, dude, I hate resellers. Hit the door, dude. Door's that way. Hit the door. Get out of here. Resellers, get out of here. Now, look, if you have extra stuff, look, if I got a couple extra bobbleheads, like sometimes I have extra bobbleheads and I'll try to like sell them. I sell them at a fair price though, but I just happen upon extras. I didn't like go out of my way to screw someone over to get like an extra, right? There was like I got some, what's it called? Like a lot of bobbleheads, you know, like you get more than one at a time and some I don't want. So I might resell them. Like to me, that's just fine. We're just moving them around, whatever. But if you have no interest in something and you just go line up and just like cut in front of people and get all the stuff, like I just don't get it, man. And like the fact that like we talked about this before, but I think it was the Matt Chapman bobblehead earlier this year, the Gold Glove one. They had, you know, a limited amount of gold ones, so they had the regular ones that most people got, and then some people in the crowd got the gold ones, and obviously the gold one is more rare or whatever. There was literally people still in the stadium posting it on eBay. You know? It's like, why even get it? Like, what? You don't even want to enjoy it at all? Like, if you had it for a few years and you're like, I don't need this, you know, it's taking up space, and you sell it or whatever. But like, why take it if you have no interest in it? So I think my point is like, if we were all just taken care of and we just used our resources and everything we have in society where we were just comfortable, people wouldn't feel so desperate and just feel like it's normal to just skim off the top. It's just, I don't know. It's annoying, dude. I just, you know, whatever. That's my rant for the day. Woo! What do you think of Steph? Is that your first Foco? I think that is my first. That's the first Foco I bought from Foco. I might have other Focos that I bought from resellers. Bay Area Throwbacks is here. Do you hear about all the trash that Steph Curry's wife was talking about? Yeah, I don't want to speak on it because I didn't like watch it, but I did see some stuff, and yeah, it was really annoying. It was really annoying. Maybe I'll watch like the whole thing because I don't want to take anything out of context. Maybe I'll watch it or something, and then I'll talk about it more. But I don't want to talk out of turn. You know what I mean? But the things I saw was definitely like really annoying. I think some people just don't appreciate what they got. Like, it could be way worse, you know? It could be a lot worse. LCS comes to Seattle. A bunch of resellers going to sell tickets to Blue Jays fans. I mean, it could happen. Resellers are trash. It's one thing if you're out and happen to see something cool to sell it. Going somewhere with the intention to get something strictly to sell it for an upcharge is just trash. Absolutely. Absolutely. Only bring up New England because, yeah, let's, like, with the Gold Chapman bobblehead, like, the person, literally there was people, the photo of the item was a photo in the stadium, and I was at home watching the game and saw them popping up on eBay already. It's like, why you got the gold one? How excited would some kid be to get the gold one? You could have like at least traded with them and made some kid's day, but instead it's all about profit motive. Oh, but that's cash money though. But that's cash money in my pocket. It's like, dude, I just wish society just took care of people instead so we didn't have to like do stuff like that to each other, you know? But instead it's just normalized that if we're just all screwing each other over. You know? We're all just screwing each other over, dude. New England, because a lot of ties to New England. That's cool. Rich couldn't have 2 boats and 2 private planes. Yeah. A lot of violence is becoming too normalized for sure. Yeah. The Doc is alive. WB. Wait, what? What's that about, David? There's a reseller here that posts on IG promoting how to get deals on Pokemon and random toys. He flexes a Lambo, but the comments are all people saying, wait till I see you in public, champ. Yeah. Dude, I see some videos about like the Pokemon resellers. It's just trash, dude. It's just trash. Let the people who actually like it enjoy the hobby without these like leeches, these bloodsuckers, just seeing, oh, cash money. I can make money on this. For the Warriors bobblehead and pins, if you go to the team shops at Chase Center, they're probably going to have the ones from the most recent giveaway on sale. Yeah, I've seen that for sure. I think like probably the Steph Curry ones, probably not. In case you didn't know, Champ's a massive insult. Really? Champ could be here, but it doesn't have to be. Reason why I worry about Blue Jays fans taking on Vancouver. Yeah. Still on a losing streak, folks. We're not dropping out of the race. Rah. Gamer Athletics 0-7 in 24-25, 0-2 in 25-26. He's never seen a touchdown in person. He's never seen a hockey win. You and Gabe can change the bay, run for mayor office. Well, Gabe is my biggest nemesis, so I don't know how that would work. I bet that guy just rents the Lambo, probably. I hate resellers. Anybody want to buy my 30-second gold Shohei Ohtani bobblehead for your life savings? That was a Back to the Future quote. Okay, yeah. I thought that because you said WB is welcome back. I was thinking it was like Warner Brothers. I was like, all right, didn't they film part of that on the Warner Brothers lot? Oh, no, it was Universal lot. I don't know, Hey, dude, he took a nap. What do you want? But this Dr. Pepper is bringing me back, dude. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. If any of the fine folks at Dr. Pepper are in the chat. All right, I got some cups to rate, and I got a show and tell. We'll start with that, I guess. First of all, I got my new SF City kit. This is the main kit. Beautiful, beautiful kit. This is another community-funded team. I do not own any yet, but if they ever open another funding round, I'll definitely try to get in there. But just a beautiful patch. Beautiful patch. Sponsored by Muni. They play at Kezar Stadium. You guys may have seen I did a video there playing USL 2. I did a video there a few months ago. And they're super cool, man. Like, I fortunately, just from doing the video, got to meet a bunch of people that, are some of the movers and shakers with the team. So I hope I can do more with them in the future. They have basically a 50+1 model. So at least 50% plus one. So 51% of the team will always be owned by community shares. So there is private investment, but they can only own up to 49% of the team. Really cool model. I appreciate that because, then if you do have money, you can still like invest. So I'm not against like people making money, and I'm not like 100% anti-capitalist, although I'm getting there. But it's just a cool model, and so I hope that I can buy into this team at some point. And this is the real San Francisco club, okay? We're not doing the Golden FC thing. Golden FC, get out of here. You guys are not it. Okay? So that's my new kit. My new Muni kit. I also got, finally, so another shout out here. It's in the water, folks. Maybe I'll wear this next week. I got my Oakland Roots, the new alt. Dang it, I can't remember what's the artist's name? He's an awesome artist too. I'll look it up. Dang, what the heck's his name? Someone in the chat say his name. I know some of you guys know. But just a beautiful jersey. I wanted this as soon as I saw it. I love the gold patch. Beautiful. So this kit they released with San Francisco MoMA, Museum of Modern Art. Did a whole kind of capsule, including this jersey. I got another shirt as well that they dropped by this artist. So it's a collaboration with this artist. I'll get his name in a second. Hold on. I'll get it now, actually. I'll get it now, dude. Musée Sesco. me show you. This guy. Okay, this is the artist. Artist celebrated for his vibrant geometric paintings that explore themes of community, memory, and identity. His abstract work often delves into the formation and fragmentation of memory, drawing on personal experience and cultural history with a unique visual language rooted in architecture and imagined spaces. Sesco, I hope I'm saying that wrong. I don't know if it's Cisse or Sesco. Captures the essence of human connection and environment. His creativity extends beyond the canvas, as seen as his collaboration with the Oakland Roots SC and SF MoMA on an apparel collection honoring the intersection of athletics and art. So they put out all this cool stuff. So I got this espresso shirt also. But this jersey, they put it out. So they wore it at the game it was actually on my birthday, but I was working. On October 7th, my birthday was this past Tuesday. So they wore it and they released it online at SF MoMA and I think in person. But I wasn't able to get it, but I came online and I tried to buy it. This is the triple XL. But see, if you go to, I wanted an XL, right? If you go to XL, you can't really see it because of the chat. But if you go to XL, it says low stock. Okay? It says low stock. And it also said, like, not available. Let us know. Right? Or we'll let you know when we get more. So I put in my email. And they actually emailed me right back and said, hey, we have low stock. Just let us know if you still want to order it. But we're going to order it. Like, basically, they wanted to do personal orders. So I was able to get it, dude. I was able to get it. So I'm very excited. I love this jersey. This is awesome. You know, your boy's been losing weight. I started hitting the weights again. I'm trying to get into decent shape again so I can start wearing more of these jerseys and not feel uncomfortable. So I'm looking forward to this. I think, you know, it's getting to be winter time, but next spring and summer, dude, I might be rocking this all the time. So I'm excited about that. Go Roots. Go SF City FC. Okay? If someone calls you champ in Australia, you better be prepared to throw hands. All right, I'll keep that in mind if I visit Australia. I'll try not to accidentally call someone that. Let's go SF City FC. That's right. Good old bangers and mash. Banger, then explode. The Muni sponsorship is sweet. Cashless agreement where they both collaborate to promote public transit and the soccer club. I mean, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Let's normalize living in a collaborative society where we help each other instead of this, like, everyone's profit driven and just, but I can make extra cash, dude. That's why I hate resellers. Okay? So go SF City FC. Shout out Muni, dude. I don't take Muni, but, you know, I appreciate it. Want to do some cup ratings? Or, all right, let me hear. I'll show you one more thing. So I did a video. Hopefully it'll be out soon. I still got to edit it. It was right before I went to LA a couple weeks ago. So I don't know if I told you guys this, but I was driving to LA Saturday morning. Okay. But the day before, or Thursday or Friday, I saw that this Willie Mays auction was going on Sunday, but the auction, everything in the auction was on public display for 3 days, and Saturday was the last day, but that's the day I'm supposed to leave. I live in the South Bay. San Francisco is north of me, right? It's about 45 to 50 minutes north at least, but I'm supposed to drive to LA the opposite way. So what did I do? I got up a little earlier and I went to San Francisco to see the Willie Mays stuff. Are you crazy, dude? I'm not going to go see Willie Mays' World Series ring. That might have been my only chance to ever see it. So of course I went to see it. I filmed a video, came back home, grabbed my luggage, drove to LA. Okay? And that's how I do it, dude. That's how I do it. So anyways, the auction, I got like a little pamphlet, Hunt Auctions. They did shoeless Joe Jackson autograph photo, Babe Ruth jersey that sold for $5.6 million. So they do a bunch of big auctions like that. I haven't opened this, but I got the auction catalog. It's hard to see, but this is actually like a band that closes it. Personal collection of Willie Mays, live auction, September 27th, 2025. So this is the entire catalog of all the items. As you can see, a lot of items. I thought it was going to be one little section. It was a whole building full of items. It was incredible. So I will be doing this video. I just got to edit it. But this was amazing. And shout out to the Hunt auction people too, or whoever was working. Because I went to get the catalog. The catalog was supposed to be like, what was it, $30 or something? It's supposed to be like $30, and I wanted 2 of them. They gave them to me at 15, so I got 2 for 30 instead. So I actually have 2 copies of this. I don't know why. Just I wanted 2 copies so that I don't know. Sometimes I'll get multiple copies of stuff so I can do like giveaways in the future or something like that. Or I was like, I can open one and keep one sealed and then resell it for profit. No, I mean, I don't know how much this would be worth in the future. Probably not much, but I think it's super cool because, I got to see all this stuff. I got to go check it out. So to have a catalog of all of it to help my memory, and someday maybe when I'm in like 5-6 years, when I'm 80 to 90 years old, maybe it'd be cool to look back at this, be like, oh, I remember I got to see that, But it's all Willie Mays' personal stuff. It was his collection. And, I did my Willie Mays videos last year. I hope you guys saw him. He's just a figure that meant so much to me, not only because of how good he was on the field, but just the person he was. He just found joy in everything. And he cared so much. Like, you don't often see legends, absolute legends. I mean, possibly the GOAT, right? And he would be in the clubhouse mentoring the rookies, like almost up until his death, And he did so much for his Say Hey Foundation and whatnot. So what he did is he saved all this stuff so that they could auction it off for the Say Hey Foundation. So all the proceeds from this auction went to the Say Hey Foundation. And we'll go over the whole auction when I put out the video. I will show you guys all the things that sold and the prices they sold for. We'll do like a whole moment for it, But what he also did, which was amazing, is he pre-signed a whole bunch of awesome stuff. I mean, signed photos and stuff, but also objects. And he saved them just so that when he passed away, they could sell them for his foundation. So shout out Willie Mays, man. Just an awesome guy. And so I got this. And yeah, that video, hopefully out soon. We'll figure it out, It's a nice kit. Thank you. Champ in America and Canada has a positive meaning. Yeah, it could be like, passive aggressive though. Yeah, it could be same thing, shot symbol. We can use it that way. It's just not taking that like to heart, I guess. It's got our local newspaper. Just let us know that the LA Rams are going to be practicing in our baseball stadium because of the European game. Basically stop in practice. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just so sad his family didn't want to keep all this stuff. No, so this was Willie Mays' choice. Willie Mays set this up. That was his plan, was to keep his collection and sell it for his charity. So this is what Willie wanted. I'm sure his family has a bunch of stuff, Ruthless capitalist Dylan over here. Oh no. Hunt's auctions are great. A few of my game used jerseys from them. Really? Yeah, dude. Like looking at their other little catalog, like they do some incredible stuff. And I just have to say, like the people working there, I don't know if they were just volunteers, if they were actual Hunt's auctions employees. Super great people, man. Like there was this lady I was talking to about the stuff. And we were I walked around with her a little bit and was like, asking her, what's your favorite thing? Like, what's, what catches your eye? And she's sharing stories. She was much older than me. So we're kind of sharing our different stories from our eras. You know what I mean? That was cool. And then, of course, they gave me a discount on the catalogs. And I think they only gave me the discount just because they saw how, like, excited I was. And so, yeah, the drive to LA sucked after that, having to go through all that and then drive to LA. But it was definitely worth it. All right, let's do some cup ratings. These are courtesy of Jonathan, who's in the chat, or if you guys know Johnny Utah in the Discord, he gave me these at the Ballers Parade. So this one, we've already rated this one in the Discord. Okay, so if you're missing out on cup ratings, you got to join the Discord. So Bay Area Throwbacks posted this in the Discord a couple weeks ago for us to rate. And so I'll break it down for you. I was going back and forth on my rating, and I'll tell you why. Originally, I gave it like a 6.5. I was even saying maybe a 7, but it dropped down to a 6. At least a 6. I mean, I might even go lower than that. And I'll explain why. First of all, build not very good. These new school flimsy cups just ain't doing it, right? They don't last as long. If you wash this graphic's going to start scratching and fading. Or not fading. It'll just start scratching and coming off. Now, first of all, the reason I first rated it so high is first impression is pretty good. It pops, right? You see this at the game, dude, it pops. And I like that. I do like that. So I like the graphics. I'm not mad at the graphics. You got Oracle Park down here. You got the ballpark in the background, right? I wish it was a little easier to see the ballpark. I think they could have made that look a little cooler. Like a newspaper print effect would have been cool. So I like all this. Now, what I don't like is it doesn't say the year or anything specific. It's a very generic cup, right? Very generic. This can be used for years, and they probably will. The next season, we're probably going to see this same cup, I bet. Obviously, you got the big Coca-Cola banner. That's a huge knock. It's just way too big. Way too big. And the orange and the red just clash. Make it black with a red Coca-Cola or something, at least so the red and orange don't clash as much. There was options there. They didn't do them. So that's a big knock. It's flimsy. There's nothing specific about it, and I always leave room for innovation. There's not enough innovation. When I say innovation, I'm talking about something you've never seen before. It could be a hologram. It could be, or maybe not ever seen before, but unique. A hologram, metallic, shapes. You could shape it differently. You could add a topper. There's options there, right? And so you always got to leave room for innovation. So even if I loved the graphic on this cup, it had the ballpark, it had the year, it had the date. Like if it was that specific. It had Willie Adames' at bat when they were giving out this cup. The most it could be is like a 9 because you got to leave a point for innovation, right? But due to all those things I mentioned, this is like a 6. And again, anything over a 5, I'm typically okay with. I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Anything over like a 7, I'm like, oh, that's a nice cup. Anything over an 8, I'm like, yeah, I love this cup. Okay, so a 6 is just like, okay, I accept it. It is what it is. But there's too much left on the table here, and this banner messes it up. Now, if there's no banner and it was just this graphic all the way around, I mean, that would probably be a solid 7.5. But that's going to be a 6 for me. That's going to be a 6. Lock it in. Lock it in, dude. All right. Now we got a special one. We got a special one all the way from the south side. Guaranteed Rate Field. Now, this is one of the new metal cups. Got the Sox logo. Chicago White Sox. So this is from the south side of Chicago. I don't mind these metal cups. These should not be sold as souvenir cups. These should be just kind of a freebie. With that in mind, I won't knock it. Actually, Jonathan, can you give me a little more information? Was this an upcharge? Was this an upcharge? If this was an upcharge, that's going to be a knock. But these kind of just metallic cups, I don't mind them as a freebie. I actually kind of like the minimalism of this, of just the Sox logo like that. I actually kind of think that's cool. Guaranteed Rate Field, obviously a terrible name. Really boring logo. I appreciate that it says the field in it, that it says the ballpark. That's always a big thing, but they could have at least put a photo of the ballpark or something. They could have jazzed this up. You know, they could have jazzed this up. So I need to know, though, if this is a freebie, is the Sox logo raised? It is not. It is not. It is just a printed graphic. But I think it looks kind of cool, though. You know, it looks kind of cool. I do like that. But here's I gotta figure out: did they do this out of laziness, or was this a blatant design choice where they like, let's keep it simple, just Sox, baby, Sox, you know? Because then I give them credit. But if it was just like, just put the logo on there, that's a whole different vibe. That's a different vibe, dude. Are you gonna own it or you not? You know what I mean? If this is a freebie, I'm gonna say this is a 7 because it's a freebie. If this is an upcharge, this is a 4. And yes, it's that big of a swing because it's the idea, right? It's the idea. No, 4.5. If it's an upcharge, 4.5. 6.5 if it's a freebie. How about that? No, I think a freebie, dude. I like a freebie. I like a freebie. So it might be a 7, dude. If a freebie 7, 4.5 if it's an upcharge. But I don't see this being an upcharge. I think this is just the beer cup. What do you guys think? Am I off on that? As a freebie cup, this is cool though. You know, that's like I said, that's 6.5. Let's lock it in. Giants Cup not having the 25th season logo from this season is criminal. Absolutely. That's Bay Area Throwbacks. He brought that up in the Discord, and I was like, dang, you're right, dude. We had a great logo for this season that they could have plastered right on here. It could have been right here where the stupid banner is. 25th season at the ballpark. Great logo, fun logo. You could have put that right here, but you didn't. And that's why you're a 6. Metal Cup did keep the drink cold a bit more. Well, that's good to know. But I need to know, is it an upcharge or is it a freebie? That's what I need to know. I do like the minimalist vibe. That was the souvenir cup? Okay, if this is the souvenir cup, dude, this is a 4.5. This is a 4.5. Again, I like the vibe of it. I like the minimalism. I think that's cool. I think the silver with the Sox logo is nice. It has the ballpark at least. The fact that this is the souvenir cup. Oh yeah, 26th season, but 20. Yeah, you know, whatever. I don't know numbers, dude. Other venues have those aluminum cups and is not an upcharge. That's what I'm saying, Jenny. That's why I thought, because I have some of these cups from other places and it wasn't an upcharge. It was just the beer cup or whatever. But if this is an upcharge, dude, I might even drop it down to a 4 because it has nothing specific about the year, the season. Yeah, this is a 4. This is a 4. Aesthetically, to me, it's like a 7. I like this. I actually like the vibe of the cup, but you got to keep it real, dude. You got to keep it real. And the fact that you're upcharging for this is ridiculous. This is not an upcharge. And if so, and that's why it gets knocked down that many points, because if you're going to upcharge, then I expect something. I expect something about, I mean, there's got to be a graphic of the ballpark. You got to have the scoreboard on here or something, with the pinwheels. Like, you got to have something. You got to have something specific to the year. You got to do more than this if you're gonna charge me for the cup. So that's what I say, 4.5 or 4. Let's say 4. Lock it in. This is a 4. Would have been a 7 if you didn't upcharge. If there's a freebie, it's a 7. No, the 25th logo they were using all throughout the season for other stuff, but they just didn't put it on the cup. What are the candy canes on the Red Sox scoreboard called anyways? I don't know. I always thought them as pinwheeled. Got to go on a world tour of rating cups from around the world. I would love to see that. Supposed to be recyclable. Is that what the deal is? Then don't sell it to me as a souvenir cup if it's recyclable. You can't sell it to me and then be like, but recycle it though. That's why it's trash. But no, I like the cup aesthetically. So thank you, Jonathan. I'm glad that's in my collection. It's just the principle, dude. We can't normalize these things, like I said earlier. And then here's this one. I think I might have this. I might have this one somewhere. This is from Chase Center. Okay, it says GSW. Warriors logo. A basketball. Now, this is hard plastic. So that's a good build. Here's the thing. Okay? They're going for a classy cup with this, because I think they do. I think these are like the fancier stuff, either like craft beer, or I don't think they do cocktails in this, but I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, someone please correct me if I'm wrong, I think these cups are supposed to be classy, and that's why it is this simple, I think. Now this, like I said, build quality is fantastic. The printing is great. The gloss is really nice. The size, not so good. It's a small cup. But if you're going to do a harder drink in it, it makes sense. But the fact that you don't have Chase Center on here, you don't have anything specific about the year, I'm not going to knock them as hard for the innovation, because I think they were trying to go for the class, right? That's what they're trying to do. They don't want it to be like a meathead cup, right? In the stands. Yeah, it's supposed to be the classier folks, who I usually don't like. But, I see what they're going for. This one's hard because of that. See, I don't like the fancy thing, but I think that's what they're going for. So I don't feel like I can knock them for going for it just because it's not my thing. You know what I mean? But this is going to be probably a 6. Like, I appreciate, all right, you tried to do it. I can't give you enough. It might be 5.5. And again, anything over a 5, I'm cool with. So I'm not saying I hate this cup. I actually like this cup. The principle of it, though, is if I'm getting a souvenir cup at an event, I want it to be as tied to that event as possible. I want it to be as specific as possible for that event. But again, does that go against the point of this cup, which is supposed to be a little fancier? Who's to say? But also, I don't really like fancy stuff at ball games. I'm sick of the fancy people, in fact, right? So I'm kind of lost for this one. I think it might be like a 5.5. And I almost feel like that's a cop-out answer. But I'm kind of lost. Yeah, Shot Simple, you're right. They can't use it again, which is why they're cheap. Yeah. Warriors pack. No, dude. Size is okay because it's refillable. Oh, this is refillable. That's right. Because I remember Gabriel had the Valkyries version of this that was refillable. Okay, I'll give it a 6 because it's refillable and you want a good build quality for being refillable, and they gave you that. So for what it is, this is gonna be a 6. White Sox cup is trash because they're charging for it as a souvenir cup. Agreed. The White Sox cup, if this was a freebie, I like it, right? I like it as a freebie, but you're upcharging for what other venues give you for free is crazy, dude. It's crazy. I'm trying to say I probably didn't get out that way. Metal cup costs more than the plastic, and it's like almost yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I guess this is a soda cup and it's small. That's why it's refillable. I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 since it's refillable, and since it's refillable, they made it a little tougher. I'll give it a 6. Right? Again though, nothing you know what? No. This is a 5.5. This is a 5.5. If it wasn't refillable like that, it would be a 5, which is my borderline I accept. But no, there's just not any innovation here as far as the graphics, and there's nothing specific. It doesn't even say Chase Center. So no, 5.5, dude. Lock it in. 5.5. 5.5. Also, the graphics are just kind of old, you know? They look like old. They look like late 90s internet graphics. I do like the hidden little bridge, little Bay Bridge up there. But yeah. People are saying that the Roots are becoming a bit less community driven since price of the Coliseum. I could see that, man. You know, as an investor in the Roots and a supporter of the Roots, they're a lot less welcoming than the other teams that I have been supporting, the community teams. Obviously, the Oakland Ballers being the best at it. SF City FC, you know, super inviting and welcoming and down to earth. And the Roots, a lot less so. Small enough to sneak it in for refills. The problem is sometimes they won't let you in. That's what they did to Gabe. They wouldn't let him in with his Valkyries cups from the previous game. Yeah. All right. And then let's get to... Okay. Now let's I want to look up the Steph Curry. I want to look up the Steph Curry one they just gave out. Of course, it's $100 on eBay already. Okay, well, I'll tell you right off the bat. Dude. Here it is. Okay. Stephen Curry, All-Star MVP, limited edition bobblehead. I do like this bobblehead, but here's my problem with it. He's wearing his home jersey. He's not wearing the All-Star game jersey. You know? That's a knock. So I actually didn't even look up this bobblehead. I knew they were giving it away last week or whatever, but didn't see it earlier this week. But this one... Dang, I thought he was holding the trophy with this. Did I You know what? I think I ordered 2. I think they're doing a second one. Let me look it up. Hold on. Because now I'm angry, dude. Now I am angry. I am so mad. Okay, this is not So I got two. There's an MVP one coming. This is just the All-Star Game bobblehead. Okay. They were both pre-orders, so I only got one. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, wait a second. So this is just the All-Star Game bobblehead. This is before he won MVP. And the MVP one is apparently still coming. And I guess if you guys are more familiar with Foco and some of these bobblehead companies that do these third-party bobbleheads, apparently it's a big thing that they're constantly behind. And it takes forever to get your order. So I just got this. Like a week ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. It got delivered to my mama's house. I had to go pick it up. So let's unbox it though. It definitely feels big. You know, this box is huge compared to like a giveaway bobblehead. And hopefully I don't break it. If you guys remember, I did broke my Willie Mays bobblehead live on stream. That's how it comes packaged. Let's take the stand out. The stand is really cool, actually. Dude, the stand is awesome. Nice. Okay, let's take the stand out. Get it ready, and then we'll take Stephen out. Pound for pound GOAT. You know, we'll take the pound for pound GOAT out. No big deal. No big deal, dude. Oh, man. That's a good bobblehead, dude. That's a good bobblehead. Little glue here. Not too bad, though. I mean, that is... It's nice. It is nice. Oh, and this one, you have to, like, unscrew it. You have to unscrew it to put it on the stand. That is fancy, dude. That is fancy. Here, might as well do it since I got it open. So the thing about what's cool about these third-party bobbleheads is just typically you get a higher quality bobble. Little more quality control. They take forever to get, but at least they're good quality. Because, you know, the giveaway ones, obviously they're giveaways. They're not going to break the bank on them. You know, they have to make their billions, guys. I don't know what what do you think? They got to continue to make billions of dollars. So let's go ahead and get Steph on his stand here. Screwing him back in. Okay, and there it is. That's a good bobblehead. That is a good bobblehead. Dude, I'm juiced. I can't wait for the MVP one. So the reason I got this and I wanted the MVP one also is obviously, if you guys watched, I went to this All-Star game. It was the only All-Star game I've ever been to, probably the only one I'll ever go to because it was the most expensive ticket I ever bought in my life. Any sport. And when I was a kid, obviously, look, the All-Star games now, they've lost their luster. A lot of people don't care. The players barely care. They barely try, right? It's like, it just becomes this weird exhibition where nobody's even trying to play. But when I was a kid, the All-Star game was my favorite. The All-Star game I looked forward to it every year. I would record it on VHS and I would watch it back all year long. And some of my greatest moments or like my favorite memories as a kid, as a young basketball fan, was from All-Star games. So as a bucket list thing, I had to go to an All-Star game. It was here in the Bay. It was at the Chase Center. Steph Curry was there. I was like, you know what? I gotta do it. I gotta go. Bucket list. And I did it. I checked it off. I don't know if I'll ever go to an All-Star game again, unless I was rich someday, which I'm not gonna be. But if I was, maybe I'll go. But because of that, I just wanted to get as much of this All-Star game stuff as I could. So in my display case, I will have a little All-Star game section with my knickknacks and the things I collected at the game. Pins and stuff I got, my ticket, that kind of stuff. So I'm juiced, man. That's a good one. I don't know if it's good as Bobble Cheeks, right? But darn good bobblehead. He can sit next to Vita Blue for a second and Vin Scully. And then I will have to better organize this place. Oh, the QEC sales voice? Oh. Now we got a limited edition. This is Stephen Curry. Pound for pound GOAT. Get your orders in, folks. These are going fast. Greg, how many we got left? Right? Dude, I hate these jerseys. You like those jerseys? I don't like them. 7-10 bobble, 8-9. Dude, I need someone who's more versed in bobbles to give it a rating, because I just feel like there's too many people that know way more about bobbleheads, bobblehead culture, bobblehead history. They would have a better rating system than me. I mean, as far as like the actual, like, I guess removing context of like the All-Star game and Steph Curry, I mean, just the design and build of this, I mean, this is like a 9 in my eyes. Again, I'll leave room for innovation, right? If it had smoke that came out of it or something, that's how you get a 10. But I mean, to me, this is a fantastic bobblehead. The only thing that sucked was it took 8 months to get it or whatever. But I would rather more bobblehead pros give it a rating than me. Limited edition. It's weird to think the All-Star game meant something. Yeah. Focal bobbleheads are so cool because at least you can buy them, unlike the giveaway ones. Yeah, for sure. Real MVP for the Mariners, Humpy. Let's relax. You probably ordered 2 since you're a reseller. No, I ordered the MVP one, dude. With their stadium proposal. What? Now you're talking. I missed something. Why would the Roots be less welcoming than the San Francisco people? They're at different levels. So the Roots are, they're just a bigger team. So, the higher up you go, the more corporate it gets. I would figure it would be the other way around, where San Francisco would be more pretentious. I mean, that's just like a culture war thing. That's not how it really works, Oh, it's for the All-Star Game MVP. I thought they were just foreshadowing him winning the MVP this season. Will you ever go to an NFL Pro Bowl game? Dude, I wanted to go to a Pro Bowl game at Aloha Stadium so bad, and unfortunately they don't do it anymore. I know Bay Area Throwbacks took some cool pictures in Aloha Stadium. I still want to go see it before they do something with it, tear it down. But I don't know. The Pro Bowl games now, yeah, I would love to go. It's kind of silly, but, QVC, yeah, that's the where they sell stuff on TV and you got to call the number to order it. Easy, a 9 or 10 for me. Shot Simple likes it. Nice. Rewatched your San Jose Giants Ballers game last night. You said you were 6'7". Yeah, I think I did start that. Yeah. I think I did start that. Hey, he's an innovator, dude. Kid's an innovator. What do you want? You know? What else is up, dude? I think that's all the stuff for today. Oh, I don't think I didn't show this. I think Rubenstein gave these out. These are the ones that were thrown from the Rubenstein float, which was a truck. Ballers Pioneer League champ rally towel. What else? Oh, I got a Bravo Land shirt from Bravo Farms. When me and my niece stopped by. It's got a shirt to sleep in or whatever, you know. You guys know, if you guys are longtime watchers of the channel, and you know I love Bravo Farms. And I don't know why they call it Bravo Land and Bravo Farms. Like they go by both, which is weird. Like choose one, you know. But I think I've showed everything else. Yeah, that's probably it for now, you know? Probably it. I might have more next week. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, what else is up? Woo! Hair's crazy. The bass really adds a lot to it, for sure. The bass is super dope with all the San Francisco stuff. I think Aloha Stadium is rusting and is unsafe for players and fans. Yeah, it looks like it's just rusting away. Really cool walking around the stadium until security caught me. He didn't seem happy about it. Security guards are funny, man, you know? Like, relax, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay, you know? Salmon Run version of the Running Presidents. They do in Oakland, they did the big head. I can't think of the name. Who was it? Who did they do? Raleigh Fingers, Dennis Eckersley, and Ricky Henderson. Did they have other players too? I feel like I always saw them. A's fans, chime in. Sacramento Republic and Hartford Athletic got heated at the end of their game yesterday. One red card was given out, but both teams are racing for a playoff spot. Yeah, both teams can get out of here. Both teams can hit the road, dude. Hit the road. Grandfather's back on the Raiders after winning. Oh, the Raiders won? They won? I didn't even see that. Who'd they play? Dude, I can't believe... it hurts so much. Just thinking about football just hurts so much. Damn, the Sharks are 0-2. Or just 0-2-0, right? They lost in regulation. Well, overtime. They weren't ties, though. All right, let's see. Broncos beat the Jets. Oh, that was in London? I missed that. When was that, Thursday? I didn't even see that. Steelers beat the Browns. Chargers beat the Dolphins. Looked like a nail biter. Patriots beat the Saints. Ravens didn't even try against the Rams. What happened there? Colts beat the Cardinals. Thank you for that. Seahawks beat the Jags. Panthers beat the Cowboys. That was a fun end. Raiders beat the Titans. All right, good job, guys. Hey, it's impressive. That's impressive stuff. Packers beat the Bungles. Chiefs beat the Lions. Wow. That was today? Was that the evening game? Because I turned on baseball, so maybe that's why I missed that. Dang, I didn't realize it was Chiefs Lions. I would have watched. But I put on baseball. Sue me, dude. When you lose in overtime, you get a point in the standings. Losing in regulation, you get nothing. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Dude, that's Bay Area throwbacks. I never knew that. I thought I thought the last number was ties. Weird. Dude, that's what's funny about like hockey and how, I'm not super well versed in it. So like I was trying to watch the game yesterday and just thinking like, all right, there's a lot of young talent. There's a lot of like potential in the future. And like I was saying, I was hoping this would be the season where it kind of started to like build and bubble. But I don't know hockey well enough to like be able to tell that, Where as other sports I can, where I'm like, oh, see he's putting it together. But with hockey, I can't tell what's going on, Cannot tell. Oh, that was at 6:30. I don't know what the Ravens were doing. Okay, the London game was this morning. The Bungles. 49ers lose. They do, yeah. I think today was the Mariners' first win at Jacksonville in 20 years. The Mariners' first win in Jacksonville. It's always hard when the Seahawks play in Florida. Yeah. Overtime losses also count the same if you lose in a shootout. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. What else is going on, dude? What else is up? Look at some stuff I have saved. See if there's anything interesting. I don't know. Anything from the Ballers Parade? I hope you guys got a chance to watch that video. I'm sure it's being recommended against some video from Thailand trying food or something. Something that has nothing to do with baseball or any of that. Trying to find like other interesting things. Yeah, I got the couple videos ready to come out shortly. That should be fun. Like I said, the channel's dead, so I know they're not gonna get views. This channel is over, but it is what it is. I don't know. I gotta go to some hockey games for sure. I wanted to do. There was some like urban legend videos I wanted to do for Halloween time. I wasn't able to do them, so I got the Monster Museum. That should be fun. And another one that'll drop before Halloween. That's about a ghost town. It's not really creepy, but whatever. It's something, It's something. Yeah. All weekend games in England are 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard. Oh, okay. NLCS tomorrow. Let's go Brew Crew. Let's go Brew Crew. Parade vid was awesome. Kicking myself for not going. Yeah, man, you should have showed up. Start a fresh one and consistently post your older videos that didn't do well on this channel. Think I should do that? I want to post more shorts. I need to post more shorts. I have a new plan. I have a plan. I can't talk about it on here, but I have a plan that I think is going to help with short form extras. So we'll see how that goes in the next few weeks. I'm going to start executing that plan. I'm going to start executing that plan. Beat LA for sure. Brew Crew, that's mean. Dude, you're mean in the Discord all the time. You know what I mean? You are mean all the time. Dude, I want to go to a freaking pumpkin patch or something, dude. Hey, who wants to go to Buffalo? Someone meet me in Buffalo. I need a cameraman. Ever thought about making a Ghost Town history channel solely? Shorts do suck. I agree with you, but I gotta play the game too. I mean, I thought about splitting it, but like, it's hard to maintain one channel, you know? And it's like, that's why I changed the name to Variety, because then I was hoping people would understand more that you get a little bit of everything. The Mind. Maybe I should just change the channel to like my name, and then it could just be more personalized. Because I know a lot of people who do like various things like I do. Their channel is just based on them. But I never, like, I hate being the focal point, though. I really do. But maybe it would be better if it was just my name. You know? I don't know. You do anything fun for Halloween? I don't really have anything planned. I already did Not Scary Farm. I would like to do something else, but I don't really have plans. Maybe. We'll see. When they started broadcasting NFL games, Germany is one game week, and it was always the Seahawks. Interesting. Algorithm hates that stuff when you split it with two channels. Probably just post what you like and have playlists. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I have playlists and stuff, but I mean, I've been almost every video, the last handful of videos I've done have all been just algorithmically just absolute failures. Just the worst it's ever been, the whole history of my channel. So I don't know, but I think everyone's views are down. I think in general, seems like YouTube is, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it seems like everyone's views are down. Like even when I look at bigger channels I watch, like their views seem down. So maybe that's just part of it, but it's been terrible. But again, like I said earlier, my videos are not being recommended to similar channels or similar things. Like it's being recommended to totally weird things that don't make any sense. You know what I mean? Things that make zero sense. So I don't know. Let me see if I can find. Let's look at. Okay, let's look at this. I'm going to show you guys. I'm a little transparency here. Okay. This is the Oakland Ballers parade video. Okay. This is videos that are recommending it. Craziest Sora 2 AI videos. So it's an AI compilation from that new app Sora. Here's a good one, but only one impression. Oakland Ballers, the news video about the parade. So great. Female gets ejected from car after boyfriend refused to pull over for Arkansas State Police. That's recommending the video. Utah sports. Is this your people, Jonathan? Dude, is that your is that their podcast? I haven't seen this. I'm gonna save that. Celeb softball. Okay, this is not a bad recommendation, but only not even one impression, one view. Michael Schumacher weird video. A Pablo Escobar film. Rosé performs APT live on the Howard Stern show. Vans, BMX, and Odyssey proof of biking. Freaky Tales trailer. So that's at least Oakland. There's a connection there. Haunted Hills merch search. Bora Pro Motel Comigo. Mande e Sua, number 342. Non Devevo Farlo. Ma il Lut Era Trapo is recommending my video with the fire emoji. Cantante Eliminato Ballerino Nuevo y un bel piantino reaction is recommending my video. Il Jeopardy Pio Epico de Siempre. I'm bad at Spanish or any of these languages, so bear with me. Unity Life Best of Justin Drew. England's smallest top flight football team. I think that's a good recommendation, actually. If you want small community teams, maybe someone would be interested. I'm not mad at that one. Flew to Europe to find out if expensive food is a scam. Policia Criminalia something. This is like Polish, a Polish video. Augustina Gandolfo y Lataro Martinez. Millions Podcast, Episode 1, Season 2. The good stuff was in the bottom of the box. Looks like a pawn shop or something. Fast food challenge. This is my video. Last person to debate Charlie Kirk exclusive interview. Some other USA something. Is this Polish again? Like a Polish guy in Florida. 60 minutes, that's a lot. Office compilation. How to make pickle Pepsi at home for free. This guy, they're recommending my video next to this guy. Okay? All right. Here we go. So if you're looking for ballers, the Ballers game, the Ballers parade, and you need a good recommendation, there it is. You know? So awesome. Wiz Khalifa on Jimmy Kimmel, you know, very, very much in tune with the Oakland Ballers. And, you know, this is my video. Biggest upset in college football history. Look, even though it's college football, it's not really connected. At least it's sports and it's interesting sports stories. I'm not mad at this recommendation. But I mean, as you can see, YouTube algorithm is not helping me too much. All my videos are tagged properly. I try to use keywords. I don't use Spanish. You know, I wish I knew Spanish. I would pull a Bad Bunny and do everything in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know why so many of my videos are being fed to Spanish language videos, and apparently Polish videos as well. I don't know how many Poles, or is Polak a slur? I was gonna say it, but if it's a slur, I apologize. Poles, I'll say Poles because I think that's not a slur. I don't know how interested the Poles are in the Oakland Ballers. But just to give you guys an idea of some of the struggles of trying to get my channel to, you know, Grid City. It is Grid City. It is Grid City. Oh yeah, there he is. All right, cool. I can watch it now. I didn't know the name of it. And they started Brock. Algorithm hates that stuff. He's famous, folks. I'm not. I wish, you know, because then I could actually get views. I think that's the issue, man. You don't have a niche. I get it's called variety for a reason. I don't think YouTube likes that. I know, but other people have been successful, so it's like, I feel like if the videos are tagged properly, like they are, then recommend them in the proper places. Get all your old videos recommended. That's good. Channels that seem to do well a specific niche. Yeah, I know, but that won't make me happy either, you know? Was the channel doing better during the something or other tour days? It's off and on, you know? It's off and on. There's a guy who has a channel called How to Beast, and he was saying the same thing. Views are way down. Contemplating quitting on his latest video. Oh, dang, see? YouTube algorithm has been screwed up for years, for sure. Wish I was fully bilingual. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Fight broke out between the Lions and Chiefs. Juju got beast slapped. Huge brawl. How fun. Shows where people found your channels from. Yeah, it shows the videos that my channel gets recommended alongside. And as you can see, you know, most of it doesn't make sense. Most of it makes no sense. So that's cool. First video I thought was Polish, might have been Russian. Maybe it didn't. It looked like Polish to me though. Yeah, that's just to give you guys some insight, you know. Let's see. Let's try it. Let's look at one more just for funsies. I'll look at the medieval times one because that has such low views. All right. Some of these aren't as bad than when I looked last time. All right. This is the medieval times video, right? So Oakland takes back baseball. That's my video. Europa's Grutzi. So this is like a theme park video, right? So I think it's a theme park in the Netherlands. So that's cool, except it's in a totally different language. So why is someone gonna, you know? Parade of Lights. Okay, that's I guess not the worst recommendation, but I can't imagine this video has a ton of views, so probably not a lot of traffic. Micro Macro Crime City Showdown. So this is like a video game review or something, or some kind of game review. That's my video. Adults only all-inclusive resort in Cancun. Not a medieval times. Oh, here we go. Medieval times. Someone else went to medieval times. So great. There's a good recommendation. British SAS Maritime Island Airsoft Experience. Infantile Corn Mascara Snorkel. No idea what this is. AK-47 Torture Test. Pinaka Mahabang Sniper Rifle Toy Gun. Korean Navy officers try British rations for the first time. Star Wars theme on Flopatron 3.0. I don't know what that is. Prim Nevada's deserted casinos. Huge battle at British 3,000 player airsoft game. I don't know why this video is getting all these airsoft recommendations. A 9/11 video, so keep up the good vibes, you know. Nerf meets John Wick, so now Nerf and airsoft for some reason. At Day Afternoon. Okay. This is my video. Disney Runaway Railroad. So I guess a ride through of that ride. Old school UK home defense criminals still fear. Three Little Pigs 3,000-year-old secret ancient cult. Yeah, these are sword fighters. So there we go. Nerf gun game. Maybe it's the sword fighting is connected to like crazy uncle almost annihilates family. So definitely keep up the good vibes, you know. Suspected Nazi uniform worn by student on Halloween causes uproar at South Loop High School. So if you want to watch that, then come on over and we'll have a good time at medieval times. Watch the kid wearing the Nazi uniform at school, and then we'll have some chicken and some potatoes, and we'll watch some jousting over medieval times for my birthday. You know? So yeah, just to show you guys that the algorithm can be brutal, you know? It can be brutal. It is a slur? Okay. It's derogatory. All right, I won't say that. I apologize to the Poles. But at least I caught myself before I just said it. Last person to interview Charlie Kirk is mildly interesting. It's not about the videos being good or interesting. It's just about them not having anything to do with my videos. You know what I mean? These videos they got recommending your videos are hilarious. I'm cracking up over here. Yeah, dude, it's... I try not to even look sometimes because I'm just like, really? That's what we're going with, you know? That's what we're going with. This was happening, so my Arco Arena video, the most successful video on the channel, right? It's got, I don't know, 1 million something views at this point. That video, the first month, it was the same thing. It was being recommended against a mukbang video. It was just totally nothing to do with it. But as the views picked up, it started getting recommended to better things, more things actually connected. So maybe the algorithm just needs more data, but when you're starting out, it's definitely not helping. You know, it's definitely not helping. Yeah, some of these aren't as bad. But yeah, some of them it makes no sense. All right, dude. Let's go to my Disneyland video because it has such low views, 311 views. Okay. Let's see. This is my day at Disneyland video. Exploring Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That's my video. That's my video. That's my video. That's my video. So all the top recommended is all my videos. So that doesn't help my reach, right? It helps people like to stay in the ecosystem, but it doesn't help get new people. Air Jordan 5 OG Grapes 2025 review. I love sneakers, so okay. And we do show our shoes in the video, so cool. Gabriel's live reaction to WrestleMania. I'll take that recommendation all day long, dude. Budget all-wheel drive build PT2. Engine bay stripped and primered. So if you're taking apart an engine and you're rebuilding an engine and then you want to hang out with us, with me and my niece at Disneyland, dude, there's your 1-2 combo right there. Brutal and fascinating history at Texas Prison Museum. That is my video. Oakland Ballers. That is my video. This is my video. This is my video. Matt Chapman emerges as a leader for a new era of Giants baseball. All right, I'm a Giants fan. I guess there's a connection there. So if you want to hear what Matt Chapman has to say going into the 2026 season, and then you want to ride the Matterhorn with me and my niece, there you go. This is also my video. This is also my video. Red Hulk epic transformation scene. Spoilers. Brave New World ending. Kind of already spoiled it with the title there, don't you think? So if you want Brave New World spoiled for you, and then you want to go try to find some churros with me and my niece, there you go. At least it's Marvel. Trouble is brewing. So some lady talking to the camera. This is also my video. 2024 Christmas Parade, Disney Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade. Finally, we get a Disneyland recommendation. Finally. It's only number 26 or whatever. Indoor amusement park, okay. Video message per Fratelli, the Fratellis, so maybe the Goonies. E. Sorelli 2014. So it looks like a video message from Santa Claus from 2014. So, you want to get a video message from Santa Claus in 2014. Then you want to ride the Mark Twain riverboat with me and my niece in mid-July. There you go. Or no, it wasn't even July. It was May. In May. You want to ride... If you need a video message from Santa Claus from 2014, and then you want to ride the Mark Twain riverboat in mid-May, or the end of May with me and my niece, YouTube knows what's up. My Barney DVD collection, right? So you want to go down memory lane and look at the old Barney DVDs and then hang out with me and my niece at Disneyland. Perfect. Moulin Rouge coaster. It's a theme park, so I'll take it. Another one of my videos. Early amusement parks were terrifying. I like this. This seems like a fun video. I like this recommendation. Thank you. Emergency episode, Prophecy of the Popes. So it looks like maybe this is a podcast of some sort. It looks like the Pope is fighting Satan. So if you want to, explore the ancient battle between Lucifer and Jehovah and the Pope's role in that, perhaps, I'm guessing here, right? And you want to understand, the prophecy of those popes and where the popedom is heading and all that. You want to learn about that, and then go on Pirates of the Caribbean with me and my niece. You got the perfect afternoon, right? You got the perfect afternoon. Just let's learn about the sinister side of the popes in the Vatican, and then hang out with me and my niece at Disneyland. So perfect. Bought a crazy cheap plastic Mopar Barracuda convertible. Okay. Seems like a fun video. Anime Expo. First class on ultra luxury cruise. Meeting a celebrity. Who's this? Some high school basketball player? Is that the kid who dunks on everyone? John Denver and the Muppets. VHS review from 1983. Outcast official audio, the intro of ATLiens. So if you start to listen to the what was it 1996 album from Outkast, classic album, you listen to the intro and you're like, I've had enough. Now I'd like to hang out at Disneyland. Perfect recommendation there. Europa Park, at least it's theme park, dude. Pretzel pork roll sandwich, there we go. Riding every roller coaster at Six Flags New England. And here's another Disney one, finally. So far out of all these 50 videos, there's been 2 Disney recommendations. I'll even say 3. I'll add the Red Hulk, right? That's my video again. Lego. Inside Disney's Secret Engineering Lab. All right, we got another Disney recommendation. So yeah, as you guys can see, dude, the algorithm does not like me. Does not like me, you know? 3 little pigs. Dylan, it's time to switch to Facebook Live or Kick. I already clipped you saying it, about to get you canceled. Ah, man. Is Arco Arena still even open? No, it's been torn down. No, it is gone. Barney's the GOAT. Not religious, but the history of popes is cool. Again, it's not about the video. The video might be awesome. It's just recommending my Disneyland, my day at Disneyland video against this sinister video about the history of the popes or whatever it was. Does not seem like the best connection, right? Yeah, that video should be recommended alongside other Disneyland videos, Disneyland vlogs, things like that. And it is not. It is not being shown next to those videos. It is being shown next to the intro to ATLians. Yeah. So what am I supposed to do, dude? What do I do? All the videos are tagged. They're all properly tagged. They all got keywords in the description. They all got everything it needs, you know? It's got everything it needs. And YouTube just can't figure it out. So that is why. That is why. Let me see. Just because I have nothing else to talk about, let's go look at like one of the videos that actually performs well. Okay. Let's look at a video that does well. 1.3 million on Arco Arena. Okay. So, top video recommending it is my video from the Chargers, abandoned Chargers headquarters. Other video is my other video, the first part of the 3-part series of Arco. Okay. Top 10 weirdest NBA arenas of all time. Fantastic recommendation there, right? Abandoned RFK Stadium makes me sad because I was supposed to go see it. 2 RFK Stadium videos, great recommendations, perfect. My video again. What happened to Oracle Arena? Abandoned video. Perfect recommendation. Inside an abandoned basketball player's mansion. Great recommendation. Behind the scenes look at Arco Sleep Train. Great recommendation. What happened to these NBA arenas? Great recommendation. Time lapse arena flip. Utah Jazz game to Monster Jam. Good recommendation. Lost NFL stadiums. Good recommendation. Astrodome video. Good recommendation. Like, you see the difference? When they actually place the video where it should be placed, I got 1.3 million views. You know? Dude, let's see if I can even find one that's not good. Sleep Train Arena, Oracle Arena, Abandoned Suite at the Oakland Coliseum by Zach Campbell. Top 10 loudest crowd reactions in Arco Arena history. Abandoned stadiums. Dude, all these are great, right? Qualcomm Stadium, how arenas transform overnight, Izod Center, Stadium Zone Abandoned, Kobe Bryant. Not a single bad recommendation. Now, there might be more here. I might be able to like go further, but these are all the main ones. I mean, the worst one I can see, top 15 craziest high school football stadiums, might be the worst recommendation, and that's not even that bad. You know what I mean? Like, if you're looking at like crazy high school stadiums, you see an abandoned NBA arena, you might be like, oh yeah, let me check that out. But if you're watching a mukbang, you might be like, I'm into this mukbang thing right now, not an abandoned arena. You know what I mean? So that, that shows you kind of the difference of how the algorithm can work in your favor or can just, sit you down, sit you down real quick. Let's see. There's another video that I have that gets a lot of good views. My lock video. See the lock video. So this is a history video, right? Content suggesting this video. The first one is, of course, my video every time. What was life like on California's shipwreck islands? Great recommendation, right? If you're watching this history, then you see my history video about Locke, a old Delta town. That's a perfect pairing right there, Locke, another Locke video, California Ghost Town Locke video, Best Kept Secret in California, great hidden gems, California's worst rural town, good recommendation. Discovering the Delta, good recommendation. California's Lost Highway, good recommendation. Delta River Highway, great recommendation. Old man lives on a floating fortress on the California Delta, great recommendation. So as you can see, this video has at least 100,000 views, maybe more. So as you can see, when the algorithm knows what's up, it works. I firmly believe that if in all my videos the algorithm was this in tune with where it recommended the video, I think my channel would be fine. I think it would be great. But unfortunately, as you guys saw in the other examples, it doesn't. It recommends me next to some Polish videos and Spanish videos of topics that have nothing to do with my video. So again, maybe it's just like you got to get over the hump where the algorithm actually figures it out, with the data. But what is the point of tagging? What is the point of the title? What is the point of all these things? Like, they literally do captions now, like automatically. They literally translate your videos now. I don't know if you guys know that. There's a new thing where it will automatically translate your video to another language using AI. So if it can do that, can you not recommend my Disneyland video next to the sinister prophecy of the popes? You know what I mean? That's all. That's all I'm asking. I ain't asking for much. But YouTube, get it together, because I'm quite sick of this, And that's that, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Talk to my lawyers, dude. Not religious to the history of Pope School. Yeah, look, it doesn't have kids doing their car. Okay. You should upload cooking videos? A day vlog? Dude, I'm not that interesting, though. I guess you could say they're putting your videos in a variety algorithm. Yeah. Tag every video with the word abandoned, apparently. Yeah, maybe I should just do that. But it's like, what is the point of the tags and all that if you're not even taking that into consideration, dude? Dr. Pepper. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Another thing that sucks, and what I was afraid of when I started doing the Sunday night live stream, was like, I didn't want this live stream to be like all over my channel, and it is. Because I see my videos, like the recommended videos will be my live streams. I don't want that to happen. I want the live streams to kind of be its own separate thing, and I don't want it to be flooding the channel, and that's kind of why I don't want to do shorts, because I don't want it to just be recommending my YouTube shorts instead of my actual videos. So I don't know. But either way, I think that's just to show you guys I do what I can, and at some point it's like you do the video, right? And you butter it up, right? And you sprinkle all your seasonings and you with the title and the tags and the thumbnail, and you do all that. And you hand it over. You hand it over to YouTube, all ready to go. And then YouTube just smashes it in their face and throws it on the floor. Nothing I can do. And one of the biggest things, one of the most important things with YouTube is your click-through rate. So your click-through rate is basically the percentage of time that your thumbnail is shown and clicked on, right? So this could be a whole screen of videos with your thumbnail. So if you have over 5-6% click-through rate, that's not too bad. Now, obviously, the higher, the better. But people average like 5-6%. If you have like a really solid video, it could be like 10%, 12%. Those are like, if you have a 12% click-through rate, that means 12% of the time they show your thumbnail, people click on it. That's phenomenal. Like, your video is going to do great. The problem is when you upload the video and they show your thumbnail, right? And my thumbnail is Disneyland or a history video or an NFL game, and they show that next to some guy tearing apart an engine of a rebuild he's doing, and those car people are looking for car videos. They're not trying to watch Disneyland, right? Or they're showing it next to, what's another thing I see? Like mukbangs, right? People like mukbangs. They want to see some influencer stuffing their face with crab legs. And then here I am trying to teach them about this old ghost town, right? They're not clicking on the video. So what happens is immediately when it's showing my video next to all these random videos that have nothing to do with the video, my click-through rate is awful. And that's been what's happening lately. So I've had a click-through rate of like 1-2%. And if you have a click-through rate of 1 or 2%, it's done. The algorithm does not trust your video. The algorithm's like, well, your video must suck. Nobody's clicking on it. Your thumbnail must suck. Nobody's clicking on it. Even though it's the algorithm's fault that they're showing this video in the wrong places. You know what I mean? And I don't really know how to combat that. Like, I do like post the videos sometimes, not always, but like for the Ballers video, I posted it on Facebook. There's an Oakland Ballers fan page or like fan group. Right? So like that helps a little, but like if the video, if you upload a video and it is showing, let's say the algorithm throws you 1,000 impressions, or like we're going to push it out 1,000 times to 1,000 people. But if it's nothing to do with your video, nobody clicks on it, that sinks your video right there. And now you're in a hole and you got to climb out of that hole, and it takes a while. And that's what happened with the Arco Arena video. Is it put it in a hole. I was so upset. I was so sad because I'm like, man, this video is so cool. It's an abandoned NBA arena. It's like a bucket list thing. I was proud of the video. And I saw, like a lot of times I don't really watch the analytics like that. I don't really even look at them. But for that video, I was so excited about the video and I knew it could be a success. So I was watching the analytics and it was showing the video next to these mukbangs and stuff. I'm like, you're killing this video. At that point, what can I do? You know what I mean? Like, what can I do? So it put that video in a hole, and it took a month, 2 months to get out of that hole. And I remember it was slowly the numbers would go up. The analytics would just go up a little bit here and there, until finally, boom, it just hit this moment where I remember it was like a 8-hour period where the video went from like just existing to boom, just hundreds of views like every hour, and then thousands of views every hour. And it went crazy. And then it got to like 800,000 views like in a week. And then now it's at like 1.3. So it's been like consistently getting views since. Almost 1.4, I think. I think it should get more, honestly. But anyways, YouTube support, since you have some data. YouTube support would be just an AI chatbot probably at this point. Can assure you that if you did a vlog, it wouldn't be boring, nor would people find it boring. Only you would find it boring. I mean, some of my videos lately have been like vlogs, I want to do more of those like simple videos that I can just pump out. Look, I have a little plan. I have a plan. I'm gonna try to enact. See if that helps. And look, this is my thing. I always feel weird when I talk about like the views and like all that. I need you guys to understand. Okay, I've said this a million times, but I'm always gonna repeat it. I don't want my channel to like blow up or anything like that because I want money and fame. That is not. I'll take that. I won't lie. I'll take that. But that is not the driving factor. The driving factor is I want to do more. I want to be more comfortable in life to do more. I want to be able to fly more places and get more tickets to events and put out more videos because I have more free time. I want my channel to blow up so that I can do it full time. That would be the ultimate dream, right? But even if it's enough to like ease my stress of having to pay the bills and do all that, that's a big win. And I do make a little money here and there, but it's not very much. Especially like lately when the views are down, it's almost nothing. It's not even enough to pay my cell phone bill in the last couple months, But it's because I want to do more. It's because I want to put out more content. I have other projects I want to do. Like I told you guys, I've been writing. There's 2 books I've been working on the last couple of years. I'm doing these shirts. I want to do pins. I like all this stuff I want to do. But obviously my resources and time more than anything, because I work a full-time job. That's what's holding me back the most. That is why I want my channel to do good. That is why I want the views up. Not because I want money and fame. Like I want the freedom that those things bring more than anything. And look, I work full time. I don't have that great of a social life because I spend so much time editing and working on other stuff and designing stuff. A lot of it never even comes out, but I'm just always working on stuff. So I want free time. I want to be able to chill. I want to be able to watch a movie and relax. Because right now, this is for the last 10 years, at least, maybe longer, it's hard for me to sit down and watch a movie because in the back of my head, I'm like, you could be working on something. This is when I did music. This is now, like, you could be editing. You could be doing this. I just want to be able to relax and know that I'm good. And obviously, I'm not there. I'll tell you a cool thing. I posted this on Instagram. You might have seen this. I used to do music, if you don't know. So I put out some albums. It's been a decade now. But some random song, it's actually like the last track on my first album. Somehow this song got used in some reels or Facebook videos, something like that. Like in 2022. So I didn't even know about this, but in 2022, that song was, I don't know if it was one reel that went crazy or multiple reels. I don't know. But this song was in reels. It doesn't give me that data. And it made like $600. So I have like some money in this account that I have to try to get out, but they need to they use this service to withdraw the money, and that service for some reason it won't let me log in. So I had to reach out to them. They'll let me deposit it into my bank account basically, or a PayPal account, which is annoying because this service, the first service that calculates my money and stuff, I've been using them for 15 years. Like I put out all my releases through them and all that, but they just started partnering with this service for their payouts, which is annoying. But I was like, oh, that's cool. Like just some extra money from some random song I did 12 years ago. Yeah, it's actually, I won't get the full amount though, because I didn't even realize the money was in the account and it was paying for, to keep all my releases out and to like release them to other platforms. So yeah, pretty funny. Still in school, I'm low-key scared when I eventually get into full-time jobs and stuff. Just try to find something you love, man. Try to find something, and that's very hard to do. But actually, I take that back. You don't need to find something you love. Just find something that you can find rewarding in some way. Right? So like the current job I'm at, it is what it is, but I was in a different role before where I was doing training, I was instructing, and that was very rewarding to me, and I was happy with it. Um, and it wasn't a job or an industry or anything like that. That was like my dream job, but I was able to find rewarding things in it, and I was able to teach myself certain skills, like speaking, dude. I was terrible at speaking, public speaking. I was awful, but with that role, I really challenged myself and got better at it. So life isn't always fun. It's not always glamorous. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but just find something you can be happy with. Find something that gives you at least a little bit of dignity, because a lot of these corporations and companies out here, they don't care about people at all. But if you can find something like that, you'll be all right. And I really wish, like, it does suck because I'm part of this, but like it sucks how everyone's hobbies and passions are like have to be monetized now, like the whole hustle culture thing. Like I do, it wouldn't be the idea of like just doing my videos as like just a hobby and not worrying about it would be awesome. The problem is it's just so much time that if it's not a hustle, I would just have zero life. Because dude, I'm telling you guys, after I get off this live stream, I'm gonna be editing tonight. I'm gonna be trying to finish this video. I still gotta do a thumbnail for the video coming out this Thursday, and then I got a bunch of other videos I'm still working on. Haven't even touched the Willie Mays auction video yet. I got a lot of work to do, so I'm gonna be doing that all night tonight. So, because of that, because of all the work I put in, yeah, it'd be nice, dude, if I could do it like full time. That'd be sick. Because otherwise, it's like, man, it's hard. It's hard to spend that much time because like I want to go out and have friends and meet people and do all that, and it's so hard to do. So hard to do. Yeah. I feel like I've been like trying to clip more of these these live streams for shorts and for TikTok. I feel like there was nothing in this live stream tonight that I could clip though. I don't know if that means I suck. I gotta talk in sound bites, Everyone in my period wants to be just social media influencers. Yeah, see, that scares me because it's like, obviously that's kind of what, I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to be more of like a creator, director, producer. Like I said, I'm writing books and stuff. It's more like along that than an influencer, but obviously similar pathways and same tools. So I'm just like, how am I supposed to keep up when all these youngsters are doing it? And obviously the young people rule the world. Like that's where the money goes. That's where the money goes. It's like, what are like teenagers and young people, what are they spending money on? That's where the world goes. So I'm just like, man, as I'm getting older, I'm like, am I going to have a place? Am I even going to have a place? But yeah, it is what it is. That's why I like doing my history videos. I feel like that's it's not trendy or hip. So I don't have to be trendy or hip. I can just do my thing, But yeah. Either way, these videos are cool and I'm happy I did them, Hopefully this Buffalo trip's fun. It's not till January, but I'm excited now because I just booked it. So that'll be awesome. Oh, I probably shouldn't announce this, but you guys know this pennant, this amazing, awesome pennant. Gabriel has something else in the works. Shout out Miss JoJo. Okay, there's something else in the works that I can't wait to show you guys. It probably won't be for a while, but I just saw that and it made me think about it. Shout out Miss JoJo76 on Instagram. Go follow her for the amazing pennants and go get you a pennant. Go get you a pennant. She does commissions. All right. TikTok people, just trying to see if I can find a career or something. Not even that old. Bro, I'm old. Sucks. You couldn't tell though because I'm pretty as heck, Shout out SF City FC, dude. I got some proposals for them, and I'm gonna try to reach out to them. Shout out the Oakland Roots. Shout out the Oakland Ballers. Okay. It's important for me, like I said in the Ballers Parade video, it's important for me to support these crowdfunded teams. As much as I love the San Francisco Giants and the 49ers and the Warriors and the Sharks and all these major teams, and I love the leagues, right? I love the NFL, NBA, MLB. I hate the corporate side of it. I hate the billionaires involved. I hate the people at the top. I hate that there's so many things that we have to, like I said, it's just normalized and we just accept. I think it's ridiculous, honestly. It's ridiculous that one guy owns a whole baseball team or football team or whatever that is part of a community, that is like part of the culture of that community, that city, that region. And the fact is just, we're just used to it and we just accept that one dude controls that and can just rip that away from that city if he doesn't get his way or the city doesn't want to give him taxpayer money or whatever it is. I think that's wrong. And I think it's normalized to the point where people don't even think there's anything bad about it. They're just like, well, that's how it is. Well, he owns the team. I mean, he bought the team or he did. Yeah, but it shouldn't be that way. And this is why I say it shouldn't be that way. I'm not saying there shouldn't be sole ownership of any company. I'm saying a business like a sports team that is ingrained in that city or region and is part of the culture, where their identity becomes part of that city's identity, when they're part of social programs and charities and outreach work in that community, and they help build up neighborhoods of that community around their stadium or their ballpark, whatever it is, that is too important to that community and does too much for that community for it to be owned by one guy who can just move it on his whims, can just do what he wants. I think that is wrong. And one of the main reasons I think it is wrong is because you do not have a business without that love, without that being part of the culture. There's something, right? I walk around with this SF and it represents something. If I go to Disneyland wearing this, or I go to Florida wearing this or something, people might be like, oh, he's probably from San Francisco or the Bay Area. Or they may wonder, I wonder if he's just wearing that hat or if he's from there. Like it's part of the identity of people, of regions. And my love for something like this logo is the reason they have a business. Your love for whatever teams you love is the reason they have a business. Your love and your passion is what is being exploited for the business. They wouldn't be throwing the ball around on the field if people didn't love it and show up and spend their money to watch. Sports is not a tangible thing. It is not, they're not making a knickknack that has a use and they're saying, we manufactured this, it costs this much, we're going to add this much for profit. Do you want to buy this knickknack? Do you want this knickknack? And then it's just a one-to-one. Yes, I would like the knickknack. That is a fair price. Here is money for the knickknack. It's not that. It is our love. It is our emotions. It is us cheering that brings us back. It is high-fiving strangers and hugging strangers when you win. It's dancing to try to get on the video board. That is the product. And because of that, the billionaires should not have sole ownership over that. It's ridiculous. So SF City FC, at least they do the 50+1 model where 51% at least is owned by the community. I think every team should at least be that. And I'll drop the mic on that. Okay? I'll drop the mic on that. And dude, I love all my teams. I love the 49ers, right? I love all these teams. I really do. But I won't be quiet or shut up. I mean, my whole life, because this is never going to like fully change, right? And at least in my lifetime. But But I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm always going to push this. But anyways, dudes, sorry for the rant. I'll leave it alone now. I'll leave you guys alone. I'll see you next week. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining in and hanging out with me. New video this Thursday. Little Halloween kind of connection there. It'll be fun. Other than that, we'll see how the 49ers season goes. I'm hurt. I'm sad. Let's go Brew Crew. Let's go Mariners. Let's go Blue Jays. Any of the three. I don't care at this point. I love you for always pushing that message. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. W. Rance. Thank you. My lawyers are drafting up paperwork. I'll see you in court. Okay? Yeah, I'll see you guys next week. There'll be some more updates in the Discord on Instagram, some fun stuff as well. And let's go Dodgers, Rams, Lakers. No. I appreciate you guys. Be safe out there. Vertlife. Something or other tours, not variety.